Acknowledge.
Oh, yeah. My name is Ralph Williams. I am the host of the Ralph Report Wrestling Edition Raw Post Show. And welcome to another edition of the Raw Post Show with me, Ralph Williams, the revolutionary, the visionary. Yes, that's right. I am Ralph Williams, and I am the revolutionary and the visionary. And yeah, what do you want to talk about? And let me talk to you tonight. And we're here in Studio 10 here in Berlin, Maryland. And I want to thank you for being part of the program tonight. Last Friday, due to the 4th of July weekend, I chose not to have my SmackDown post show. A lot happened tonight on Raw, and it's interesting as to what did happen tonight. All right. I never expected Gunther to be at Raw. I didn't expect that to happen tonight. Then I didn't expect to see Nick Aldis there tonight. Nick Aldis is on administrative leave as of right now because of, an incident with Gunther, and he's on administrative leave. But the thing I have a problem with this is the way the WWE had handled this, okay? What I can't figure out is why in the world would you not fire Gunther or suspend him? All right, he put his hand on an employee of the WWE, the general manager, Nick Aldis. Okay? I know what you're telling me. They're leading up to this, to Nick Aldis coming back to the ring. That is the rumor that's going around. Fightful Select. All right? John Ross Sapp, all those folks who, Dave Meltzer, they're all reporting that there will be a new GM for SmackDown and Nick Aldis is going back into the ring. And maybe Nick Aldis needs the money. I don't know. I know his wife, Mickie James, still wrestles in TNA. All right. So I'm assuming that he may need the extra cash. I don't know. Maybe he has the itch to go back into the ring. And a lot of people take these jobs as GMs. They want to go back into the ring. Look at Bryan Danielson. When he was with the WWE under Daniel Bryan, which is the name he uses there, or the name he uses in the WWE, he was an official, he was a GM, and he went back to AEW and then started wrestling again. All right, because the WWE told him he couldn't wrestle no more because of his condition. All right, lots of some changes tonight in Championship. It was called Championship Monday. And we're going to go over the matches right now. Then we're going to get into our notes, and we got a lot to talk about tonight. A lot of this, again, just about 4 matches, and that was it. And I was a little disappointed in this. Again, they have to start putting in more wrestling and less of this. Okay, and I get Night of Champions is coming up, or not Night of Champions, I'm sorry, SummerSlam's coming up. You got Saturday night's main event in 2 weeks, July 18th, Madison Square Garden. I'm not sure yet if they're going to put it on NBC or on Peacock. NBC needs something because NBA basketball is not playing right now. Their season's over, and that's their main baby is NBA right now. And I don't know if they're doing the World Cup. I haven't followed the World Cup at all, but I do know that NBC is going to need some programming here. So I would assume they would put this on NBC, but I'm not sure yet. It could be on Peacock. We're going to find out, but it's going to be at Madison Square Garden, July 20th or 18th. I'm sorry, July 18th. Next or 2 Saturdays from now, it's going to be it's not this Saturday, but the following Saturday. It's going to be it'll be on the air. Also, the following Saturday, I will be broadcasting from Baltimore, Maryland. I have to go to Baltimore to take care of some personal business, and I will be in Baltimore for that weekend, and I will be broadcasting from Baltimore, Maryland, along with Pensman Sports, and we're going to be broadcasting the Saturday Sports Blast from Baltimore, Maryland. So I just want to let everyone know that, okay? So just to let you know that as well, all right? All right. Also, I wanted to bring to everyone's attention. Don't forget, coming up this the Ralph Williams show, both in Pittsburgh, all in Pittsburgh, Philadelphia, and the Delmarva region, on the radio across the country, all over the place. The Ralph Williams show Sunday, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Now it'll be 2 hours with me and Ralph Williams and Tony Moreno. All right. On 1250 a.m., The Answer, 92.5 on the FM dial. All right, let's get into our Raw results tonight. We started off with Theory and Breaker versus the Street Profits. Good match. And then Maxine Dupree came in and helped out the Vision. The Vision won the title. They got the titles, or the tag team titles, back. Paul Heyman gave them an ultimatum before the match and said, bring me back something or don't come back. All right, so there were rumors going around that Heyman was going to go back to the Bloodline. That's not going to happen because we have rumors going around now it's going to be Rikishi, or I'm hearing Stephen A. Smith's name coming up. I'm hearing all kinds of stories about the Bloodline. We're not going to talk about that tonight because I want to do this Raw posting. There's a bunch of rumors going around about a bunch of stuff that just really hasn't happened. All right, next. Sol Ruca versus Raquel Rodriguez. Sol Ruca won this match. Thank you, Io Sky. Io Sky, she got involved in the match, and she took out Liv Morgan and Roxanne Perez. She took them both out, and that way, that gave the opportunity for Sol Ruca to win the match against Raquel Rodriguez. So the Judgment Day did not get their belt tonight, and I'm glad. And I don't want the Judgment Day to have anything. And I got to tell you something that's interesting. I don't know if anyone knows this or not, but this past week on AAA, Damian Priest is now in AAA. And I think Damian Priest is going to go after Dirty Dom and his title. All right, so if I'm Dirty Dom, be very careful about what you're doing. All right? Damian Priest is coming for you, and he knows you better than anybody. All right? He was with you in the Judgment Day. You got the War Raiders, or whatever they're calling themselves these days. They're the AAA champions down there. You got the Cruiserweight title, it belongs to Ray Phoenix. So you got some prominent names now in AAA. Rey Mysterio is the general manager. My favorite, the funniest wrestler I think, and my favorite is the Iguana Man. I think he's pretty hilarious. But so AAA's doing their thing, which is really good. For the WWE. They also, in NXT as well, is doing some things. And, so we'll see what happens. It's starting to get better than even Raw and SmackDown, because Raw and SmackDown are only doing 4 matches and all this. And it's getting a little tough here, but we're, keeping it up here. All right, next was Chad Gable and Dragon Lee versus Ethan Page and Rusev. And I got to tell you, that was an interesting match as well. And, these guys are all going to be next week on Raw. There's going to be a match where they're going to have 7 guys for the number 1 contender spot to fight Penta at SummerSlam. So it's going to be a very interesting, scenario as to what's going to happen tonight or next week on Raw, because they're going to have that situation with the So, but the biggest talk of the night was, and we'll get back to this match in a minute here, all right. But the biggest match of the night was Sami Zayn. Who was he going to fight? Because once again, Gunther had to come in and put his nose in where it don't belong. All right. I've been saying this for weeks now. I think Gunther should be suspended or fired for what he did to Nick Aldis. Instead, they fired Nick Aldis. For what reasons, I have no idea. All right. I really don't. I have no idea at all. But the tag team belts tonight were won by the Vision because of Maxine Dupree. And Maxine Dupree has joined the Vision. She is now officially in the Vision. Otis and Cesaro are really surprised that she's involved with them, and in some cases that can be where it is with that, and so All right, Page and Rusev won this match against Chad Gable and Dragon Lee tonight, which you kind of expected that to happen more or less. They are a prominent tag team and could be involved in some tag team matches. So we'll see if they go after the division for the belts or if they're involved still in the intercontinental phase. My question is, who's going to screw who in that 7-man match next week? Because Rusev and Ethan Page are both in that match. So we're going to find out where that goes. All right. Next, the last and final match of the night, Sami Zayn versus, you're not going to believe it. You ready? He's back. Good to have him back. CM Punk in Chicago. He won the belt tonight. Was a good match. Probably one of the better ones. And I think I told everybody, if I didn't, I'm going to tell you now, CM Punk has been moved to SmackDown. Gunther's been moved to SmackDown. Finn Balor's been moved to SmackDown. They're trying to get some guys into SmackDown other than Cody Rhodes. All right. What they're going to do with Cody Rhodes, I have no idea. Tonight he got taken out by Gunther. I don't understand where Gunther's going here. He took out Cody Rhodes, and now Sami Zayn didn't have an opponent. And I think by trying to bully Adam Pearce, like he did, try to bully, Nick Aldis, Adam Pearce decided that, or not. So Adam Pearce decided to put CM Punk in, and I think Gunther thought he was going to be the opponent tonight for Sami Zayn, and that didn't happen. And I'm glad. I'm glad it didn't happen because Gunther should be fired. I don't understand why the man has not been fired. All right. We also had Obafemi out there tonight. He came out when Paul Heyman was out there running his trap in regards to Brock Lesnar. You know how it is with him, Brock Lesnar, So, but anyway. Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you. I do need some prayer and some blessings. My wife has some health issues. I have some stuff going on here. I've been in a sort of a depressing mood lately over a whole bunch of stuff I got going on here, and it's all compiled into one. Trying to fight the fight here because people trying to take advantage of me because I'm handicapped and stuff like that. I've been screwed in the broadcasting business. I need the blessing. I need the prayers. So please, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. All right. So anyway, getting back to this, it looks this way, that CM Punk will be part of SmackDown. And again, where does Cody Rhodes go here? Does he go back to SmackDown? Is he going to be on Raw? Is he going to be on Triple A? Nobody knows where he's going. I hear he may go back to NXT for a while, just to kind of, I guess, if they hit in a room, or if he's just, he acts like his voodoo don't stink, which of course, they get arrogant and act like that. People do that. How you doing? Thank you for tuning in tonight. Appreciate it. Let's see what else we got here. All right. Oh, I appreciate that as well. Thank you again. All right. So, SummerSlam's coming up. I'll have all the rundown of the matches coming up as we go along in the following weeks. It's the beginning of August. It's August 1st, August 2nd. 2 nights, SummerSlam, Minnesota. It's going to be very, very interesting. All right. Let's get into tonight's notes. We already went through all the matches. Let's go into tonight's notes. Max, and as I mentioned earlier, Gunther attacked Cody Rhodes tonight. Cody couldn't participate in the match against Sami Zayn, and they had CM Punk fill in. He won the title. He's now the new WWE champion. Seth Rollins talked about Roman Reigns, and then LA Knight come out and interrupt. Here, I think LA Knight's looking for an ally. I think he's a lost soul swimming in a fishbowl, as Pink Floyd would say. I love LA Knight. I do. He's a great wrestler, great person, great with the microphone. I do like LA Knight. Problem is they don't know what to do with LA Knight. That's the problem. And LA Knight right now has is kind of just there, but he's looking for friends to go after the Vision. He wants to go after the Bloodline, and he's trying to become world champion, which that should be the goal of everybody when you participate in wrestling. And if you remember in football, Bill Cowher once said, if you're not in this game, the former coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers, if you're not in this game to win the Super Bowl, you don't need to be in football, especially the NFL. All right. If you're not in college football to win the college football championship, you shouldn't be in college football. Okay. So if you're not into WWE, to try to at least get to the championship, if you can succeed at that. All right. Me, I had to take a step back, and I had to do this to get back into broadcasting. I'm back into radio, and I'm trying to work my way back up the ladder to get to where I need to be so I can start making some money, and I can also start to put my name out there a little bit more. It hasn't really worked much on social media. I'm blessed to have the subscribers I have, but myself, Pensman Sports, Brian Pettit, we should have more. We don't. Okay. I don't know what the problem is. We put out quality programming, and nobody, we can't get what we need. And, and also I would have thought that everybody would appreciate the fact that I'm in a wheelchair, and not a lot of people that are in wheelchairs like I am, and I'm handicapped, do this kind of thing. And I do it. And I know sometimes I get to people, but you know what? That's just my style. All right. And, but Seth Rollins was going on about Roman Reigns, and then LA Knight come out and said, I want to get into this hunt too. And, that kind of thing. And, that went on and on. And then let's see here. Yeah. Nick Aldis showed up again tonight at Raw from SmackDown, got into it with Gunther. I think there's going to be a match between Nick Aldis and Gunther. I think that's going to happen at SummerSlam. But the question I have for Nick Aldis is, has he been training to be a wrestler? He hasn't wrestled in a long time. And I had the privilege of, when he was NWA champion, to meet him at an ROH event when ROH and NWA used to have a partnership. And he was the NWA champion. And I met Nick Aldis personally when I used to work security in Pittsburgh for ROH events. And I got to tell you, he's a great guy. I met up, I remember when he was Magnus in TNA, and, that kind of thing. So, Nick Aldis, I think it's going to be Nick Aldis versus Gunther. That's going to happen. And what I want to see, this is what I want to see. Nick Aldis wins, Gunther's fired. Simple as that. Fired. Gone. Out of the company. All right. If Gunther wins, Nick Aldis has to step down as a SmackDown GM altogether, which I believe they're going to replace him anyway. All right. And if that doesn't happen, I think Nick Aldis should step down, or maybe Nick Aldis should be out of the company. I don't know. All right. I'd like to see some kind of scenario like that, because I'm getting tired of Gunther. I really am. I respect Gunther for his wrestling. That's what I respect him for. He's great. He's great. He's a great wrestler. He's very unique about how he does things. And he is a good wrestler. It's tough to beat Gunther. Gunther don't lose too many matches. All right. And I think you'll agree with me on that one. All right. So let's see. We got that match going on. And then we had Maxine Dupree joins the Vision, as I mentioned earlier. She got involved in the match tonight. The Vision versus Austin Theory, Braun Breaker against the Street Profits. 2 short championships. The Street Profits didn't hold the tag team belts very long, and neither did Sami Zayn. I don't know what the purpose of that is. I really don't, unless they're WWE's trying to get the fans back. They're losing audience. Fans are not watching. Netflix is pissed because they don't have TV ratings. SmackDown's getting boring. They're doing too much of this and not enough wrestling. At least with AEW, as I've said many times, they do more wrestling than this. And I like it like that. And that's what should be done. Obafemi did a segment again with Paul Heyman going on about Brock Lesnar. Brock. Paul Heyman sounds like he's getting ready to throw up. Brock Lesnar. All right. So there you go. All right. Saturday night's main event, as I mentioned, July 18th. That's tonight's notes. So tonight for our Raw post show here on the RW Media Productions Network. We're on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, X, and the Kick Network. And don't forget also, too, we have some announcements to make here. I have a new studio sponsor here, which I'm going to announce now. There's a little bit of something going on here, but we'll do it tonight. Tonight, our studio sponsor is Shore Appliance Connection in Salisbury, Maryland, and also locations in Delaware. Shore Appliance Connection has all your name brand products. Go to the one in Salisbury and talk to Bill there at the Shore Appliance Connection. Also, as I said, they have some locations in Delaware. When you call the number 410-749-2161, ask for Bill. Tell Bill Ralph Williams sent you, our new studio sponsor here at Studios 10 in Berlin, Maryland, Shore Appliance Connection. Call them today, 410 area code 749-2161. Shore Appliance Connection. Call them today. Ask for Bill. Tell Bill Ralph Williams sent you. All right. Also, let's get into some announcements here today. Wednesday, don't forget Wednesday. It's Ralph Williams Wednesday. And the Ralph Williams Show on 860 AM WWDB in Philadelphia, the city of brotherly love. It hasn't been so brotherly love lately, and I'll tell you about that. But the city of brotherly love, here we go. To 4 p.m., and that's on 860 AM WWDB, the Ralph Williams Show. Lots to talk about. We got plenty to talk about. The city, Philadelphia's been known for many years as the city of brotherly love. But I'm going to point something out this week as I continue talking about our country's 250th anniversary. Progressives, juvenile takeovers. We're going to talk about all that coming up this week on the Ralph Williams Show in Philadelphia, 860 AM WWDB. All right. Also, don't forget Ralph's Opinion Show, 7:30 Wednesday night. Lots to talk about there as well, including, wait till you hear what I have to tell you about the Secret Service. They ought to be ashamed of themselves. And they're going to be my shame on you Wednesday night. Wait till you hear what's going on with Secret Service. Every Wednesday night, 7:30 p.m., the Ralph's Opinion Show. Great show. I got a lot of big audience, good, the bad, and the ugly of President Trump for this week. We'll also have that coming up as well. Also, don't forget on Friday, every Friday, the Sports Corner radio show on 620. There it is. Smoking Jim Frazier, Claudia Rosano, and Luther Dupree. And I want to say welcome back to my friend Smoking Jim Frazier. He was under the weather, and we all said some prayers for him. He's back, and it's great to have him back in action. He'll be back with us on the shows this week. And then don't forget, not only on Friday, 3 to 4 p.m., but also don't forget the Sports Corner show Saturday, 2 to 3 p.m. on 92.5 on the FM dial and theanswerpgh.com. All right, here we go. Let me see if I can get this going here. And we have a lot to talk about this week as well. Training camp's getting closer and closer for the Steelers. And also don't forget the Pirates, Penguins, making some trades, doing some things. We got the Major League Baseball draft coming up. We have a lot to talk about here on the Sports Corner radio show with me, Ralph Williams, Smoking Jim Frazier, Claudia Rosano, Luther Dupree, AM 1250, The Answer, 92.5 on the FM dial, and theanswerpgh.com. So don't forget about that. That's 2 to 3 p.m. on the Friday and Saturday now, Sports Corner radio show. All right. Also, don't forget on Saturday morning, we have the Ralph Williams Show. And Ralph Williams Show is on 93.5 The Beach, 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. Here it is right there, 93.5 The Beach in the Delmarva region. 50,000 watts power, the Ralph Williams Show. My guest this week, all right, I'm going to have a reporter on from WBOC TV, and it's going to be the debut of my first guest on the Ralph Williams Show. And the reason I say this is because this is the first time I've actually had a guest on the Ralph Williams Show. So we're going to have a guest on, and he's from WBOC TV, and his name is Anthony Evangelista, and he's going to come on to tell us about Ocean City. Listen to this. Ocean City, Maryland is complaining about they had a bad May, and he and I are going to discuss why they're having tough times in Ocean City bringing people in. And you know what? I've gone into this so many times on this show that I'm tired of talking about it. But you know what? We are going to talk about it Saturday, 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. on 93.5 The Beach in the Delmarva region, 50,000 watts. And also don't forget to go on their website, 935thebeach.com, and check out the show as well. You can listen as well from all across the country and around the world. I know folks who listen to me everywhere, no matter where I'm at, they listen. All right, here we are, 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. All right, the Ralph Williams Show, 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. this Saturday, working on a guest. I got a couple ideas, some guests, and we'll try to get a county councilman on from Allegheny County, talk about some things. Also, the Allegheny County Jail, the warden has stepped down. He's resigned. He's going to work till the end of July. Wait till you hear that story. That's all coming up on the Saturday edition of the Ralph Williams Show. And then we have the Sunday edition of the Ralph Williams Show every Sunday morning. And now it's 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. We're 2 hours with me, Ralph Williams, the revolutionary, the visionary, and Tony Moreno. All right. So, and that's on 1250 The Answer, 92.5 on the FM dial on theanswerpgh.com. Next Monday and every Monday from 2 to 3 p.m., the Ralph Williams Show on 620 KHP. There it is. Knocked out their internet. They've been having big time problems trying to get their internet back up. So if you live somewhere out of the Pittsburgh or Western Pennsylvania area, you're not going to be able to get that. But if you live in those areas and you're watching right now, or you know somebody that lives there, pick up the phone, give them a call, tell them get the radio on in the car or whatever they're going to do. Transistor radios are back, so you can go buy one or something like that or whatever. And tune in to 620 KHB on Monday, 2 to 3 p.m. The Ralph Williams Show with me, Ralph Williams, the revolutionary, the visionary. Acknowledge me. That's right. Acknowledge me. All right. Okay. Let's get into some final thoughts here, and we're going to wrap up the Ralph Report Wrestling Edition. And we're here every Monday night after Raw for the Raw post show, every Friday after SmackDown for the SmackDown post show as well. So I just want to let everyone know that. All right. Until next time. Until next Monday, have yourself a great week, and I hope you had a really good, safe 4th of July weekend. I hope you didn't get into an accident or didn't have an accident with fireworks or the heat was bad. I hope everything went well for you, and God bless you, and I'll see you again. Don't forget to tune in my Ralph Report. I did a Ralph Report Pittsburgh edition earlier today. Check it out on my YouTube channel. And please don't forget to like and subscribe. Also, not only just like and subscribe to me, but also to my call side here that I work with, my working partners involved in the media here on online stuff, Pensman Sports. Don't forget to tune into him. And he has all kinds of stuff on YouTube and Facebook and Twitch. He has all kinds of programming. He talks about the New York Yankees. He live streams the Penguins hockey. He loves hockey. He loves to talk about that as well. So if you want any really good programming from Pensman, don't forget to tune into him as well. And also Sports Break Media with Brian Pettit. He also does some live streaming of some NASCAR stuff and many other things. He just recently did the latest Xbox game thing or live stream he did as well. And don't forget to tune in to Steel City Sports World every Wednesday night at 9 o'clock with me, with Luther Dupree, Smoking Jim Frazier, Claudia Rosano, Big Rome, Fillmore, and myself. We're on Wednesday night, 9 o'clock, Steel City Sports World. Don't forget to tune in as well. And all my other working partners as well that I work with in media. And this has been an RW Media Production show. And I'm going to put that banner up right now. There it is. Boom. RW Media Productions. And also, if you're interested in being a sponsor, all the information is on the ticker tape at the bottom here. Also, don't forget our QR code that we have as well for all my shows. Until next time, my name is Ralph Williams. I am your revolutionary, your visionary, and please acknowledge me. Until next time, please be safe. Have a great one. Thank you.